Those of you celebrating birthdays today, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. And if you've suffered the loss of a loved one, accept my deepest condolences. We'll talk about that and more in a while, but the Heng is brought to you with the very kind compliments of the folks at Flow Dominica, Busy Bobble, of course, Cash and Carry, and Auto Trade.
Auto Trade introduces our newest line of lubricants, Valvoline, America's first branded motor oil. Valvoline has been formulating and improving motor oil longer than any other brand. From the world's first racing oil to the world's first synthetic blend, Valvoline has been trusted in engines around the world for over 150 years. Make the switch today. Choose Valvoline, the original motor oil. At Auto Trade, we only recommend the best in quality because at Auto Trade, it's more than a vehicle. It's a relationship. Valvoline Lubricants, now distributed by Auto Trade.
During and after a hurricane, you may need supplies to keep your family safe and healthy. Be sure to include items such as a first aid kit, flashlight, batteries, candles, at least 3 days of non-perishable foods, water for each member of your household, along with any necessary prescription medications. Make your list. Stock up on everything you might need early to be prepared. A message from Cash and Carry.
Daddy, you dirty your clothes again, and mommy not there to help you though. Well, bam, bam, daddy, dirty his clothes.
Easy breezy, busy bubble, laundry service on the hustle, washing, drying, folding service, washing comfort cause it's worth it. Kiddies own, cribs and toys, come on daddy, bring the boys. Dirty stains from wine and malt, come on man, it's not your fault. Busy Bubble.
Visit our new location on the Castle Comfort Highway next to the Cicero Hotel. Busy Bubble Laundry, taking the busy out of your day.
Are you looking for good eggs? I mean quality fresh eggs straight from the farm? Well, we have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the quantity. We've got the right amount. Visit us at Prince City downstairs Kyrie FM on Independence Street for your fresh farm eggs, or call telephone 448-7331, 448-7330 or 448-8752 and we'll get you your fresh farm eggs.
I'm not exaggerating, boiling with excitement.
Calling all Flow prepaid customers. Flow's new value-loaded, always-on prepaid plan means great news for you. Get unlimited talk, up to 50% more data, and more international minutes to keep you always connected. Try our 7-day always-on plan today and get 8 gigabytes of data and 500 local and international minutes for only $30. Dial *129# now to activate a plan or visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you looking for good eggs? I mean quality fresh eggs straight from the farm? Well, we have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the quantity. We've got the right amount. Visit us at Prince City downstairs Kyrie FM on Independence Street for your fresh farm eggs, or call telephone 448-7331, 448-7330 or 448-8752 and we'll get you your fresh farm eggs.
I'm not exaggerating, boiling with excitement.
9 minutes going down after the hour of 8 o'clock on this beautiful Wednesday morning. A little bit of cloud cover hanging low to the eastern side of Dominica. A little bit of rain about, yes, and one can understand that. We're in the hurricane season, and normally you get up to wet mornings these days. and during the course of the day we know what happens. But we're extending a happy day to everyone. Let's hope that your day is going to be bright and fruitful and, of course, productive. I spoke earlier on of extending condolences, and the family of the Dominica Labour Party would like to extend its deepest condolences to one of its own, to the family and friends, well-wishers. We want to wish you all the best, and let's hope that you will come through this in your special time of bereavement. Let's go to the telephone. Someone is already on the line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Jody.
Good morning, and how are you?
And as you're talking about condolences, I'm sure you heard about the death of Mr. Lawrence Peters.
No, I haven't heard
of
the death of...
Lawrence Peters is also a very he's a very committed member of the Dominica Labour Party.
Mm-hmm.
In Bowers Lane.
He lived in Bowers Lane.
He used to work at the Public Works.
Okay, all right, good.
Lawrence Peters.
Thanks for the
He used to be in the Carnival Committee many, many years ago, building stages and those things, right?
Okay, all right. Okay.
So he passed just this morning.
Oh.
So I just wanted to tell you that.
Okay, and tell Dominica that as well.
Oh, yeah, I tell the whole of Dominica. Mr. Lawrence Peters.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, let me extend my deepest
go ahead.
condolences to the family and friends of the late Mr. Lawrence Peters. As you heard there, he passed away this morning.
Yes.
Right? And we certainly want to extend our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Mr. Lawrence Peters. Thank you very much, Sir Luther.
Hold on. I just wanted to say something else.
Go ahead.
We must also be thankful and grateful to the Lord Almighty, because when we look at our monitors, our news especially, and you see last week it was Germany and another country that had the flooding. Now the People's Republic of China, in a certain Chinese city, right, where there are widespread flooding.
Yes.
We have to give God thanks and praise.
Thanks and praise, yes.
We only have just intermittent rainfall now and then, but when a gentleman said that he had to hold onto a railing for hours, otherwise he would have been gone. He was giving an interview with the BBC. You understand? So we have to think about these people who are also in danger of losing their lives. And we in Dominica, we only think about the hurricane, but in other countries, they have other natural disasters. That I wanted to put on record. Thank you very much.
All right, 13 minutes going down after the hour of 8 o'clock in the morning. Today, of course, is Wednesday. The Captain-in-Chief has just stepped into the house. I'm going to give way for continuation of this morning's exercise. Let's take the short break here, or just a quick word from one of our sponsors, and we'll be back after this.
Are you looking for good eggs? I mean quality fresh eggs straight from the farm? Well, we have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the quantity. We've got the right amount. Visit us at Prince City downstairs Kyrie FM on Independence Street for your fresh farm eggs, or call telephone 448-7331, 448-7330 or 448-8752, and we'll get you your fresh farm eggs.
I'm not exaggerating, boiling with excitement.
Daddy, you dirty your clothes again, and mommy not there to help you though. Well, bam, bam, daddy, dirty his clothes.
Easy breezy, busy bubble, laundry service on the hustle, washing, drying, folding service, washing comfort cause it's worth it. Kiddies own, cribs and toys, come on daddy, bring the bag. Dirty stains from wine and malts, come on man, it's not your fault. Busy bubble.
Visit our new location on the Castle Comfort Highway next to the Cicero Hotel. Busy Bubble Laundry, taking the busy out of your day.
Auto Trade introduces our newest line of lubricants, Valvoline, America's first branded motor oil. Valvoline has been formulating and improving motor oil longer than any other brand. From the world's first racing oil to the world's first synthetic blend, Valvoline has been trusted in engines around the world for over 150 years. Make the switch today. Choose Valvoline, the original motor oil. At Auto Trade, we only recommend the best in quality because At Auto Trade, it's more than a vehicle. It's a relationship. Valvoline Lubricants, now distributed by Auto Trade.
Secure your valuables and important documents, including medical documents, passports, and personal identification. Wrap in waterproof bags or containers to keep them safe in the event of leaks or flooding during a passage of a storm. A message from Best Price, where you save a lot on hurricane season essentials. During and after a hurricane, you may need supplies to keep your family safe and healthy. Be sure to include items such as a first aid kit, flashlight, batteries, candles, at least 3 days of non-perishable foods, water for each member of your household, along with any necessary prescription medications. Make your list. Stock up on everything you might need early to be prepared. A message from Cash and Carry.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the low. Easy wins with flow. Easy wins, flow. Easy wins.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $15 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, sign up, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash or data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the low. Easy wins with flow. Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Take your box and get back to your life. Take your box and get back to your life. Take your box, take your box, take your box, get back to your life. Take your box, take your box, take your box, get back to your life. Take your box, take your box, take your box, get back to your life. Take your box, take your box, take your box, get back to your life.
A message from Republic Bank.
8:17 is the morning time. Good morning to all the listeners of the Heng here this morning. Apologies for being late here this morning, but this was due to circumstances beyond my control. I am not often at a loss for words, in particular when I begin the program, but this morning I do not even know where to begin. Yesterday afternoon I learned of the untimely passing of one of the stalwarts of the Labour Party, integral cog in the Labour Women's Organization, an avid listener of the Heng, someone I knew very well from even my childhood days, a good friend, someone who always had a jovial and, welcoming reception whenever I met her. And we would speak, we would joke, and she always gave me some little advice here and there, not only about the Heng, but about myself as well. And the last time I met her up close was a couple of Fridays ago, or maybe even, a couple of Fridays ago. I met her at, just on the bayfront there, and, she was her usual jovial self, speaking to myself and my wife, and I'll never forget what she said to me. I won't share that with you. I'll keep that between me and her. But I'll never forget what she told me on that Friday. And to learn yesterday that she's no longer with us, I was deeply shocked and saddened by the news. Corinthia Blah Esprit was a pillar of the community, in particular in her church at Fatima in Newtown. She was also a pillar of the Melville Batwi community. A lady who served her church very well, always involved, ushering and what have you, a member of the church committee. But she's also a former member of the Roseau City Council, an avid councillor who did a lot of work for her community, a lover of our culture, a lover of our carnival, and a very, very family-orientated woman. I cannot think what her family is going through right now. And I know she had a lot of close friends who are listening to this program right now. I too want to extend sympathies on behalf of myself and my family to the family and friends of the late Corinthia Blah on her passing yesterday afternoon. Take this time to grieve. Take this time to let it out. And one day you'll be able to live with the happy memories of what she was able to do with you during your life journey. Her journey is over. Yours is still continuing. But always remember the integral role she played in whatever way in your development. Corinthia, I am confident that you are one of those who are smiling down upon us today. On the local line, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Darrell.
Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen, the others.
Yes.
I'm lost with also,
Yeah.
I'm Darrell because, oh my God, sympathies to her and her family. She was a very jovial person, loving girl. She always gives you a hug. And whenever she greets you and then she say, my sister, she always address people, my sister. That's how loving Corinthia was. I don't know what to say. She was a part of, treasurer of the Vibrant Citizens group, And, she had that group in stitches every time. I remember our last gathering at Shea Ophelia. I will not share the joke that she gave us. Or when we told her asking the questions what you like and what she put on the paper and she liked, we had it in stitches. I don't know, she was so pleasant. Anytime somebody joined the group, she welcomed them in. So on me and their behalf, I'd like to sympathize with the family. It was a shocker, Darrell. I cannot believe I am still in shock. And I knew her sister and brother in Canada, Sylvian and the others. I know, and oh boy, it is really home. It's really at home. I am so shocked. I am lost for words, as I said, but my condolences to the family. And I know, and especially her husband.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
They were a close family, and her granddaughter.
And the granddaughter. No matter where we go, if we were the group, the Vibrant Citizens, he is there. And you know what? He sometimes he's the only man there, and he sits in his transport and lets and the granddaughter have their good time, but he's parked right out there. Mm-hmm. He was with us, the Vibrant Citizens, Oh, such a loving man. I don't know. I feel for him, I am, what? All we have to do is love each other, and because we don't know when. We don't know when, and we just have to be grateful and appreciative of whatever in our life. I heard, what's his name? Sir Lufa said Mr. Lawrence Peters died.
Mr.
That is Ra's
father, yeah.
Ra and Hazel. Mm-hmm. My condolences to them also. Ra and Hazel. Anyway, right. I'm listening to you all.
All right.
Okay, then. Take care. Bye.
Thank you very much for your contribution here this morning. I want to say good morning to Miss Auntie Sonia Williams, also Ronald Charles. I know they were very good friends of Corinthia. to the family and friends of Mr. Lawrence Peters, including my schoolmate Lawrence. I know that was also a close-knit family who lost the patriarch sometime this morning, I believe. But, you know, Corinthia taught me an important lesson. Enjoy life. She lived life to her fullest. She was someone... I have never seen Corinthia angry. I've never seen her down. I have seen her always jovial, always welcoming. And that is an example I think I have to follow these days. I've tried my best to stay away from becoming angry and that sort of thing. But what it says to me, the passing of Corinthia, is that you never know the hour, you never know the time, you never know when it is going to happen. We heard of the passing of, earlier this week, of Father Jackie, another jovial soul gone too soon. And today I intended to come here to wish a good friend of mine a very, very happy birthday. I'll do that a little later. But to be saddened or saddled with this news this morning, I still am not sure how to comprehend what has happened. And I am sure one day we will be able to as I said, enjoy the memories. But for now, this shock is real. This shock is very present. And we have to find a way to deal with it. I know many people are still unable to comprehend what is going on. But I am sure that with time we will be able to.
to the Lord, for He alone understands the loneliness you live in. Place all your cares in His hands. He'll be there when you're in need, and trust you when you go wrong. Sing out, my soul, to the Lord our God. His love will carry you along. But can the Lord mend an empty heart where man has feared to go? Yes, my soul, He will mend my heart and make it whole. Sing out, my soul, to the Lord, for He alone understands the loneliness you live in. Place all your cares in His hands. He'll be there when you're in need, and trust you when you go wrong. Sing out, my soul, to the Lord our God. His love will carry you along. But will the Lord ever show His face? For I have yet to see. Yes, my soul, He will show His face in all you meet. Sing out, my soul, to the Lord, for He alone understands the loneliness you live in. Place all your cares in His hands. He'll be there when you're in need, and trust you when you go wrong. Sing out, my soul, to the Lord our God. His love will carry you along.
Eight 34 is the morning time. What we're going to do now, we will open up the lines to take in some condolence messages for our sister Corinthia Bla Esprit, who passed away yesterday. I know many of you are still in shock. Such a jovial, full of life person no longer with us. But let us open up the lines and express our condolences to our fallen sister. 448-7334, the number, local number, and 305-906, the overseas number. Okay, we'll open up the lines. I will expect a call from the Prime Minister a little later on. He has indicated that he'll be calling in, so you stay tuned for that. On the local line, good morning.
I Daryl.
Yes.
She was a member of the Friendship Crew. She
Yes,
loved carnival.
Friendship Crew. That's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah,
the
the
Friendship Crew.
Crew.
Yes.
Okay, and she was with Thunderbirds.
Yes, yes.
And she was just I don't know that since Country just loved life. She just loved life. She was in everything. She was our treasurer, as I said.
When she got involved in something, she got involved.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and she did it with a passion. And let me tell you, her nails was always well done.
You know,
Always well done.
She was a very presentable lady. When you saw her, she was presentable.
Yes.
Mhm.
And another thing, Daryl, at Christmas time, she decorated her house, and there were lots of drive-by people just, watching all the lights at her home in Melvin Battery. Oh boy, and people look forward to that. I look forward to the decoration and the lights, and I would go up there just to see it. She makes sure she invited us.
And I remember the display
Yes.
last Christmas. My goodness, man. Oh, it was wonderful.
It was. Oh, that display of lights, man. But that's it. Let me just tell you, she was in Friendship Crew. Okay? All right then. Bye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, if you're the kind who takes the time to help a stranger in the rain, there's a place for people like you.
On the local line, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to say condolences to the Black family and the community of Newtown, because I myself was a former resident of Newtown for many years, and I knew Corinne Fair very well. She was full of humor, very jovial, full of excitement. Whenever Corinne Fair in a room, she would light up the room. She was the life of the party, leadership qualities, and I don't think she had any enemies at all. And she will be missed by all. So I'm sending out my condolences to my former community. Also, like what I wanted to say, Daryl, there's a lot of people with hurting now. A lot of people have lost loved ones, like Sonia, Terry, the John family. I'm sending out condolences to the John family and my very dear friend Nairi. I hope he keeps strong, because whenever we met, I would talk about politics, because I was a young child in the 70s, so I would tell him what I knew about his father and the Labour Party. And my dear friend this morning who lost his father, Ra, and Hazel, sending out condolences to them. So that should show that you have to hold on to your loved ones tight, and you treat people, your loved ones, you treat people with care and respect. So that's all I have to say.
All right, then. You have a good morning.
There's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place up there for people like you. I've heard up there the streets are made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, yeah, there's a place up there for people like you.
On the local line, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Ophelia Livache Marie. I'm
Good
president of the Dominica Council on Aging. Good morning, Daria.
Good morning. Good morning.
And Corinthia, wow, I thought I would have found the words, but I can't. But I remember her as somebody on whom one could rely. She was a member of the Council on Aging, and she was, as you heard, the treasurer of the Vibrant Senior Citizens of Dominica. Boisterous, humorous, full of life, and it really is much to take at this point that she has gone. But we do have to remember the goodness, her willingness to be there for everybody. Even if she was hurting, sometimes her knee would hurt or she would have other malaises, but she would never let them interfere with that joy that she normally had, joy of life, joy of living, closeness to the Creator, and her ability to mix and mingle with everybody. She definitely will be missed, and I believe she would want us to take good example from her life.
Indeed.
And to follow through. That at least would be a large part of her legacy. I would like to extend sympathies to her family and to all the groups within which she has served. And may God give the end of her legacy, her destiny, what we would like us ourselves to receive at the end of our lives.
Thank you. Not only was she part of the Council on Aging, she was part of your group as well, the
Yes.
Vibrant Senior Citizens.
Yes, in fact, she was assisting in having us having a small observation of the 90th birthday of our most senior member, that is Geetha Tit, who is the mother of King Solo. And for some reason we had, the venue had been booked earlier, so we had to postpone. We decided we would just celebrate on our next meeting, and she was right up there, making sure who had to bring ice, they had to bring ice, and all the rest of it. It's really a lot. We have to replace her, and it's not one person who will replace her.
No, definitely.
Right? Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Mrs. Marie, for calling in here this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, too. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Ophelia Olivache Marie, the president of the Dominica Council on Aging, and also the head of the Vibrant Senior Citizens there, for which Corinthia was an integral part. Is the morning time on the overseas line. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. T.
Good morning. I'm good.
I can
How are
hear
you?
the sadness in
Yes.
the voice.
Yes.
I'm there. Joe, good morning. With a brain.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay. Well, I'd like to say condolences to the family of Corinthia. May her soul rest in peace. And, That is a thing we shall never understand, but it always come like a thief at night. Oh God.
I
Anyway,
understand.
Daryl.
Yes. Yes.
No, but this is what I hear. You have friends always do this. They just fall sick, they're not feeling good, and when you do luck, they cut out to the other side. It does hurt. Anyhow, man, I would like to tell the family, take heart, take courage, man. I know she'll be missed by many, and especially she'll will be missed by the Labour family.
Indeed.
Anyhow, Daryl, I always say, I myself have my boarding pass, and I am in transit with it. You have a good day.
You have a good day as well. I think I may have to do this for the rest of the morning because I am not probably in the frame of mind to discuss what we planned on discussing yesterday. Jyoti, I don't know. Sometimes these things take its toll, and you're not sure what to do, how to respond, but you have to keep going. You have to keep going.
Because life is very queer with its twists and turns, Daryl. You know, but let's go to the local line.
On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, Daryl, and how are you?
I am okay. I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to church. Daryl, I don't know the person. I'm calling from Portsmouth. I don't know the person, but my daughter showed me a picture on her phone. You will all your labor going, that lady always in front. And you hear people speak about her like she was a very nice person. Right, like I knew her. But I hear my sister Judith call last night, and that touched me there because I know the way, and I mean, I don't know her, but she's our labor sister. All of us are one. So I just like to tell the family, accept my sympathy, and I know that it's something we are waiting for. God is good. I know she's in heaven. Very good morning.
All right, you have a good morning as well. And one day all of us will go that way.
All of us will go that way, Daryl. And I do want to concur on the suggestion that you just made in terms of continuing the program the way it is, because you know, of course, we know lots of our Labour brothers and sisters would like to call in and extend their condolences to the family and friends of the late Corinthia.
On the local line, good morning. Local line, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas.
On behalf of Thomas and Archibald Security Service and the entire staff, let me extend my deepest sympathies to the family and friends of my dear friend, my dear sister in labor, Corinthia Blanc Esprit. Corinthia and I was very close. We had our contracts on the same day we signed it in 2006, and Corinthia has given us a shock. But the Lord knows better, and the Lord takes those He is in need of early. And it is not only when you are walking on the street you are well that people should love you. They should love you whilst you're well, you're on your 2 feet, you are sick, and when the time comes to meet your Maker. Let me say to the family to keep their heart cool. They have a right to cry, but at a certain time they have to make sure that they keep up themselves. May the soul of Corinthia Blanc SP rest in eternal peace.
How do I say goodbye to what we had? The good time that made us laugh, I'm waving back. I thought we get to see forever, but forever's gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't know where this road is going to lead. All I know is where we've been and what.
8:58 on the local line. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Honorable
Good
Blackmore.
morning,
Good morning.
Good morning to you, good morning to our wonderful listeners. I want to pause for a moment to express my condolences on that of my family, the family and loved one of Corinthian. All of us who knew her, she embraced every moment in life. And if she was somewhere, you had to know she was there. It's not so that, and that speaks volume of how she actually embraced every moment of life. And of course, that's a couple of days ago, we had the passing of Father Jackie, which was also a very sad moment for me. And then Corinne and I were not close, but I knew her. And she was a nice person. When we organized our women's movement or organization, we had this ceremony at Kinderfield, and she came and was very much involved, And I know it's a huge loss for you to die, isn't that so?
Yeah.
And a huge one for the Newton community, and I know she would have had a number of friends and someone who actually took active part in Carnival. She loved Carnival, along with the likes of Sonia Williams and those wonderful folks. So it's a moment for us who have been granted, the life to ponder on our own lives and to understand that our personal earth is just one phase in the evolutionary process of life. At one stage, we're going to die. And then every moment after we spend on earth should to make the earth a better place for those to follow. And I believe those of us who knew Sonia, she did that. I know it must be a very trying moment, and I had a moment for Mr. Ambrose George, former MP of South, and then I know they were very close. It has to be also a huge loss for the current member of Parliament.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sure, she was embracing everyone, and I think this is a sad moment for the community. But again, life has to go on, and I think for her daughter who works at DASCO, it's for us now, those of us who know her, to provide the support that she's going to need. And of course, I heard of she have a second child, a son, who is also out of state. So the fact of the matter is, it's a sad moment. So, but in the final analysis, Daryl, life has to go on, and we have to move on. And then, of course, so let's continue to pray for her family, and of course, all those who knew her, and to pray for the Newton community, because the Newton community has lost someone. It's going to be difficult to replace the kind of personality that she had. So God bless Daryl, and I want to commend you for taking time off to pause a minute and to recognize the contribution and the life of this Mrs. Colin Fair. Now, and may her soul rest in peace. One love, folks.
Thank you very much, Honorable Blackmore. You know, if Honorable Blackmore said something there, and it's one thing for sure that the passing of Corinne Fair teaches us, we have to take a pause. This was someone who was so full of life. So full of life, my friend. So full of life.
Bubbling with excitement, Darryl.
Make amends. Whatever you have to do, make amends.
And she was the sort of person who never sought, or one would think never had an enemy. She was always on good terms with everybody.
Let's take this call on the local line, then we'll go. Oh no, let's go to the local line, then we'll go to the overseas line. On the local line, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Darren. Good morning, Jyoti. I don't know if Brain is with you.
Brain is not there today. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Good morning, guys. It's such a sad moment. Life is so fragile. I just want to express my personal sympathies to the family of Corinthia, Blythe, Larry Water, sweet lady.
Yes.
Just maybe about 2 weeks ago, I met her in town, just by the lotto office. You know, and she said to me, Miss Valentine, you're ready for me to come down to assist you again. I'll be there. So I just want to express sympathies on behalf of my constituents, on behalf specifically the Labor Women's Organization, because she came down today. She's such a careful person. You'd never know if anything is wrong with Corinthia. She exudes happiness when you're around her. And a welcoming person. She has an aura of peace. She had an aura of peace around her. And it was really, I mean, in life now, we shouldn't be so surprised when things happen, but we're human. That's all human nature. And when somebody's not sick, lying in bed and thing, and you get that news also like Father Jackie, it's so difficult to understand. Things keep running in your head. But again, life lessons to be learned from that. It teaches us we have to make our election right. We have to serve our God right. We have to prepare for that day, because it comes like a thief in the night. And all that bickering and hate and trying to destroy people, life lessons are too many for us to be going that way. And so I just wish the family, you have to grieve. Your pain, I maybe can try to understand, but you know what you're going through. You know what you have lost. And all I can offer is my prayers, so that God may strengthen you all to deal with this, because it's not easy. It's really not easy. It's very painful. Yes, bless you. Okay.
Yes, you have a blessed
and
day.
Also to the people of Newton and the parents, and the women's organization, the national women's organization, because I know Corinthia was really very deep in that structure of the Dominican Labour Party with Mr. Stalwart. May God bless everyone.
Amen.
Okay, Darren.
Thank you. You have a good morning.
Child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for I knew it. And as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together there.
On the overseas line, good morning.
Yes, Brother Daryl and Mr. Jyoti. Good morning to River Nick and the world.
Good morning.
But I really know right as far as I understand the Labour family going through a little process, right?
Yes.
But that really was a sudden death, no, she did sick and she passed away.
From what I'm hearing, she may have complained a little earlier, the day before, of not feeling well, and within quick time. So it was sudden, yeah.
Okay. That's why you see me, my lord. That's why I just always tell everybody, young or big, you see, it have three things in your life. It have life, they say you have in life, and then you can do nothing. It have life, health, and strength. I always tell people when they get up in the morning, they give thanks for life. It's not good to do a little physical, it's good to do a little stretching, good to even good to do a little walking, because that is very healthy for the body. Because eventually, sometimes according to the type of foods you eat, the type of drink you drink, the type of things you do into yourself. Sometimes it's hurt your physical, sometimes it's good to release the body. You know, take a little walk, a little exercising, a little physical, change of diet. But eventually, Bibb sent me a picture of the lady because I didn't know the person. But when Bibb sent me the picture, I realized it's somebody I know because I remember in a convention. I wasn't admit, but at a convention at the time I ended up meeting with her because she loved my little energy. So I tell her I want some food in a joke. So she said me she have some chicken and things there. So I said no Rastafari doesn't eat no meat and thing. So from there I realized she's a nice lady, she have nice energy. So what I can say, the whole Labour family, in your pain with the whole family, well and truly we can bring her back. As I always say again, we have to give people the love and the respect when they're alive, not when they pass and can't do anything. Everybody have to say how much love and thing for them. It's why is their life up and running, we have to function with them, make them happy. So the whole Labour family in the pain with them, as I can say again, the family, all you can bring her back alive, just stay focused, stay positive, stay balanced. I know it's an easy road. I don't mean to say you're going to be like me, that was going to cry and certain things. But don't go and give all yourself too much stress than all you cannot bear to make it worse for you. So just stay humble, stay focused, as I tell you. The whole Labour family is there praying and there for you no matter what. So life is a balance. Everything is for a time. My Lord, we're not there for long. It's fast we passing. That's why we have to stay positive, as I going to tell people. Be clean like a whistle, straight like a one. Don't talking and talking in vain and living in vain. Stay positive because the Father see and the Father know. By your works and your words you get judged. And your whole boss, good morning to you, my big brother Wa. I hope you're safe and sound. My original lawyer, Mr. Moses. I hope everything up and running on your side. You got people passing fast. And my big sister, Stephanie, Mommy, Meredith, and the whole Labour family. My mommy, Nottie in St. Martin also, and my big sister, Paula. And the Labour family in prayers with you. All of us feeling your pain. All of us together in the family. One love, up and running, fireman running. More life, more strength. Bless up.
Thank you very much. There on the local line. Good morning.
Hey, hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning. That we can say we have
Hold on, Marlene. Marlene, once again, I can barely hear you. Let's try again.
Try again.
No. Go ahead. Remember, we work it out, and then you get to a point where we can hear you properly. So let's try again. Go ahead.
You hear me properly now?
Better. Yeah.
Okay. I say Labour had lost a good person. I will remember Corinne because she was my neighbor. As a strong, I heard Britannica talking about exercise and everything else. But this morning I go and walk and remember Corinne would be blowing me off the hill of Buffet State, you know, that bridge, to walk up that whole hill, and she would be walking brilliantly rounders. She was the one who really motivated me in Labour Party. She was the one that gave that name to Vince, the golden boy. She was the one that brought Rosie, you know, home mining. She was the one that did a lot of good things. I can remember Corinne as a brief woman. And you know what I love? She did not, you know, suffer much. And all I can tell her, God be with her till we meet again. Daryl, Basil, so bit very powerful. All I can say, you do one with the air, his strength. That's all I can say. And Shana and her son and her husband. But the touch here, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Daryl, I will say Shana and Bengals. I remember when they came to Kingsdale close to me. I was the one giving them water. I remember a lot of good things. She loved flowers. And I think we'll have a red funeral. Daryl, see you.
See you and good morning, Marlene. See you and
very emotional.
On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, Daryl. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
I'm just calling to express my condolences to the family or to the people who have I've been hearing of so many people losing their loved ones. So I'm just expressing my condolences to all those who have lost their loved ones. And I know that when you lose a loved one, you have pain. I just like to read a comforting scripture, if you don't mind, to them. It's from that Jeremiah 29, verses 11 to 13. And it says, "For I well know the thoughts that I am thinking towards you, thoughts of peace and not of calamity, to give you a future and a hope. And you will call me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me, for you will search for me with all your heart, and I will listen to you." So I'm just saying to the family and friends of those who have died that there is comfort and there is hope, and God does care for each and every one of them. And He doesn't want to see people suffer. He wants to give them a good life, to enjoy life. But right now, they are suffering. So I would like to encourage everyone to just turn to God in prayer, rely upon Him for hope and comfort, because He really can comfort us when we are going through this distress. He invites us to come and pray to Him. So this is my thought to all those who have lost their loved ones and who are suffering right now, to turn to God in prayer, because He does comfort us when we grieve. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day yourself. on the local line. Good morning.
Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning.
It would be remiss of me not to call this morning.
Yeah.
I hope I can continue to the end. That was a shocker to me.
Yes.
And sometimes we get news and we ask the question, why? I mean, those of us who knew Corinthia know that she was human, so she had her shortcomings, but she was a good person. She's the type of person that you would want in your corner. Now, she and I had a very good relationship because, well, I mean, Newton together. She's from Granby, but she's been in Newton for a very long time.
Yes.
And we found ourselves in different groups, you know, we were politically aligned. So we worked well in that respect. Well, we belonged to the friendship crew, and we had some very good times together. We celebrated all holidays together, and even Thanksgiving we celebrated together while, you know, it was being celebrated in the States. So we had some good times. And she, as a person, if you told her, well, no, I don't think you should do it that way, she will tell you, okay, let's do it, you know, the way that is beneficial to everybody. So it's hard. It's really rough. But as I say to the members of the LWO executive, should have wanted us to be strong. She's a person, I think, who would want us to be strong. And when I went to the hospital, I made the effort. I got a ride. I went to the hospital. I saw the body. I wanted to ensure that what I was saying is true. I saw the body lying there. And she was so peaceful, you know. She was so peaceful. I touched her hand, you know, and said a few words. And, you know, and I felt the strength. I say, yes, somebody has to be strong for those who cannot be. So everybody said, but how are you so calm? I said, well, I think, you know, not everybody should break down really. So to her family, her husband, I know Bengals is really going to miss Corinthia. They were like bread and butter, where you see one, you see the other. Yeah. To her daughter, and I felt for Shanna last night when I saw her sitting there like lost, you know, and then this little granddaughter of hers, they were so tight. Always having, you know, conversations that you'd expect to adults to have. You know, that kind of thing.
They were unique, I
yes.
Remember that.
And, well, there's the son that some of people may not know because he left and went to Canada at a young age. And, you know, Joel, her son-in-law, I know he's going to miss her. I know the members of the friendship crew are going to miss her. Not too long ago, we had to come together to support Yvette on the death of her son.
Yeah.
And now Corinthia. But I always say to people, God is in control, and He never gives us what we cannot bear. Some people are stronger than others, so they can deal with it better than others. But I would really like to say to all of us, the Labour family, to her biological family, and everybody who knew her, that we have to remember the good things about her so that it can strengthen us. And life is short. Some of us do not seem to realize that. We think we own life, but it doesn't belong to us. And when the time comes for us to go, we have to go. So I know that you must be hurting. I'm not sure what the discussion with you was.
It was just
mentioning that.
It's a very, very simple thing she told me. Very, very simple. But
I know, you know. And so we will miss her.
Indeed.
We will miss her in every facet of her life that we were involved in. We will miss her. The church will miss her. I mean, the community will miss her. She looked after her people at Melville Battery, you know, and she was the person who ensured that, you know, somebody had something to eat when they needed something to eat. You know, that kind of thing.
Yes, indeed.
So let us be strong, let us continue to ask that her soul rests peacefully.
Yes.
And to everybody again, I say my sincerest condolences.
Amen.
Daryl, you take care.
Thank you for calling in. Yes, I think you have given me some strength here this morning. To hear you keeping so strong, I think that has given me some strength here this morning. On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning, Prime Minister. Good morning.
Good morning to the listeners of the Heng.
Good morning.
You know, I want to thank you and of course Jyoti and others for dedicating this morning's program to one of our fallen soldiers, Corin Fair. You know, very sad day for all of us and certainly for the Dominican Labour Party. So I want on behalf of the leadership, myself, the leadership, the executive, the Labour Women's Organization, the rank and file of the Labour Party, the well-wishers and supporters, to extend our sincere and heartfelt condolences to the husband and children and grandchildren of and relatives of our friend, our sister, our motivator, Corin Fair. I first met Corin Fair in 1998. I think it must have been January, February 1998, at a party in-house meeting. And I was certainly taken aback by her energy, her determination, her militancy, her focus, and her commitment to the party and seeing the party ready itself for the elections that was ahead, and committing herself to doing everything she had to do or she was called upon to do to assure the party of its victory, not only in Roseau South, where she resided for many years, but across the country. And I recall at that meeting she made a commitment to work among the women in Dominica. And her leadership, her determination, her contribution to the Labour Women's Organization in particular is really unmatched. You know, every activity the party had, we didn't have to call upon her. She showed up. And she was always the source of energy at those meetings or those activities or even fundraisers. And even if she resided in Roseau South, if we had an activity in Portsmouth or fundraising activity in Portsmouth, she would find herself there. Not only finding herself there, but involved. She would end up in the kitchen. She would end up serving. She would end up doing something, you know, because of her undying commitment. And I always had fun exchanges with her, especially on her hairstyles. You know, she always had this fancy hairstyles, and I always joke with her and tell her, you know, she must give me one like that, you know. You know, so but the energy and it was never about her. It was always about the party, building the Labour Party, strengthening the Labour Party, doing what we have to do for the Labour Party, because she always said that this party is the only serious party in this country, and Dominica needs the Dominican Labour Party to be in office to continue to guide it. And her loyalty was always to the institution, the party. She would support any person that the party would have installed, especially in Roseau South. You know, she gave Ambrose George all of the undying support during his time, and Shakira has come on and she has transferred that level of energy and commitment to Shakira. And that was the person who Corin Fair was. You know, it was always about what can I do for the party, not what the party can do for me. And, you know, she and her entire family, you know, her entire family has been involved and indoctrinated in this service to the party. I remember her daughter being very much involved in the Labour Youth Organization, you know, and her husband giving her
currently all of the support that she needed to sacrifice her time, her resources, her energy. You know, it is really, really sad. You know, it's almost something that we do not want to accept has happened, because I am still seeing myself interacting with her. I'm still seeing the energy at whether it's a meeting in Granby or you know, Wesley or St. Joe or wherever it is. And she was really the backbone of the Labour Women's organizations, because as time goes by, people come in and people graduate out of it and find themselves in other areas, but she remained a constant in the Labour Women's organization. And you know, the Labour Party has no doubt, and of course Rosa South and Dominica has lost a very dear, sincere, loving and committed person. You know, and for me, I was fortunate to have had the opportunity to know her. I have had the opportunity to interact with her, and her extraordinary support to me personally as the leader of the party. You know, always reminding me whenever we would meet, or she would send me a WhatsApp, you know, of her commitment and her readiness to support my leadership and reminding me that she's there. You know, she's there and she'll always be there. You know, and I recall, you know, an extensive engagement I had with her in Granby during the Southern Zone Women's Conference. You know, my picture of her is with her red hair.
Yes.
A serious face, but pleasant face. You know, you saw the determination in her eyes, the seriousness, the focus in her eyes, but you also saw the love, the patience, the understanding, and the concern. And you know, she also made herself available at the Rosa City Council, representing the interests of Belleville, Battery, and Kingsville. You know, but certainly we have lost a wonderful, wonderful lady, and I wanted to express my condolences to the family, and of course to all Laborites across Dominica. This is a major loss for the Labour Party.
Indeed.
Major loss for the Labour Party. But we are always reminded that the Lord gave up, the Lord take up away. Blessed be His name, and we'll continue to pray for the family, for strength, for courage. You know, we cannot say we know what they're going through, because this is an extraordinary circumstance. But we are there with them. We are there for them, not only in prayer, but in a tangible way. And no doubt the Labour Party will continue to be there for the family. And I believe at some point the party will honor the legacy and the contribution of our dear friend Auntie Corinthia, who that's how I always refer to her. You know, I always refer to the senior ladies in Labour, Auntie Sonia and everybody else. But it is really sad. Learning of a death. But you know, we are people of hope.
Indeed.
And we certainly live in that hope that she'll certainly go into a much more peaceful place. But I want to assure the family, the husband and the family, that we will be there with them and for them. And the entire Labour family is in solidarity with them, and our expression of sympathy or expression of condolence is certainly profound. May her soul rest in eternal peace, and may the good Lord continue to shine His grace over the family. But they did a very sad day. Very sad day for us. And for me personally, as a daughter, I believe I have been very fortunate as a leader of a party to have had people like Corinthia, providing support. These are people like her have always been my motivation, and I know that notwithstanding all of the attacks and so on, I always was comforted to know that I have committed souls praying and supporting me in a very steadfast and unrelenting manner. So may your soul rest in peace, and may the mercy of God be with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Minister. Thank you very much for that there this morning, bringing us some strength here. I think the last two callers have been able to bring some strength to what we are going through. On the local line, good morning.
Good morning to my favorite.
Good morning, good morning.
And how are you?
Hanging in there.
Well, I don't know the lady that passed away, but since that she's a member of us, the Labour Party people, I would like to say my condolences to her family and friends, and ask them to take care, and God is in control.
Indeed.
Okay.
All right. You have
Bye-bye.
a good morning, my friend. You have a good morning. I think Corinne Fair would want us to be jovial.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing her, she was a
Knowing
jovial
the sort of person that she
was. She would want us to be jovial. She would want us to, to enjoy her memory.
Yeah, certainly.
On the local line, good morning.
Good morning to you, Daryl.
Good morning, Mr. Regis.
Yes,
Good morning. Yes, I'm good. How are you?
Considering the circumstances,
yeah,
it's very difficult to really cope with the news that we got last night. Of course, Corinne and myself were particularly very close.
Yes.
She's been from Granby. I've known her for many, many years, even before she moved to Newtown. And, I just want to extend my condolences to her family in Newtown and friends, and also her family in Granby, who themselves have always been very staunch supporters of the Dominica Labour Party. My condolences as well to all the organizations that she belonged to, particularly the Labour Women's Organization. She was a driving force in that organization. And she certainly left a serious void there. And, Daryl, her commitment and her support for whatever she was involved in is something that we must all try to emulate, because she really gave her all. I remember the last Labour Party activity I had the pleasure of working with her on was the Women's Conference, the Southern Women's Conference, which was held in Granby some 2 months or so ago. And I said to her, but Corinne, there's never a dull moment with you, You're always active, always, fully involved and so on. She said to me, when I die, there are no more active moments for me.
Yeah.
And that stayed with me. It resonated with me when I heard of her passing. And it's just replaying in my mind all the time that when I die, there are no more active moments. But for me, it means that her legacy has been a life of being committed and being resolute in her support for whatever she did, not just the Labour Party. She was a staunch Catholic. She belonged to many organizations where, her energy and her efforts were always stood out. And so I will personally miss Corinne Fair, although she voted in the Roseau South constituency, she always referred to me as her pal rep, being from Granby. She certainly was very resolute in her support for the party. And, it's certainly a serious void. But, God knows best. And we did not expect to lose Corinne Fair now. But we who are left behind must find comfort and confidence in the fact that she did it in the best way that she could. And we just have to continue to remember her in the very best way, enjoying all of what she always did. So my condolences again to her family and to her friends and, of course, her daughter, Jana, and her husband and others. So that was a sad day for us, but
Indeed, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we certainly have to be very strong, very, very strong together. And I'm certain that the party will pay tribute to her memory and her legacy sometime in the days or weeks to come before we say our final goodbye.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you very much, Honorable Regis. Thank you for your contribution here this morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lost again, I see it in your eyes, you feel alone again. I made it just in time to break your fall again. You thought you'd come so far, but here we are again. Down again, I see it on your face, the hope is gone just when you thought the pieces fit, you fell apart again. And as I was before, here I am again. But if you could see beyond the tears, you know love won't desert you. To see beyond the tears, you know I'd never hurt you. To see the sun behind the rain, feel the joy behind.
On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, Darrell.
Good morning.
I am calling on behalf of the Labour Women's Organization.
Yes.
And I would like to take the opportunity to extend sincere condolences to the family of Corinthia and her children in particular and her husband, and also to her extended in-law family in Maho. I know the whole Labour community is totally grieved about Corinthia's passing. You see, Corinthia was our go-to girl. Corinthia was our toujours la girl. And it's really with a burdened heart that we are calling this radio this morning, having to say that. Because you see, it was just on one day that Corinthia and I were together at the hospital, and she was visiting the sick. And then to find out the next day, I'm getting a call. You know, I knew she was in the hospital. We had spoken, we had been texting during the day, and we had been WhatsApping. So she was in her good spirits and saying she'll be all right. And then I get the call later on, and it's like, with my same chirpy self, I'm like, hello, what's up? You know, to my friend, and he says to me, oh, so you haven't heard? I'm like, heard what? Who died? I mean, so my honorable friend to call me and tell me if I haven't heard. I'm like, my prime minister died. And he's like, no, Corinthia. And I'm like, who? Corinthia. I'm like, who? I'm like, and you know what? David, I'm telling you, there's a big void in the Labour Women's Organization. I can tell you that Corinthia just was one of a kind of a girl. So full of energy, so full of life, so full of commitment, you know, so full of dedication. And yes, not only to the Labour Women's Organization, but to the Fatima Church, to the Catholic community as well. And so that's a double whammy for the Catholic community as well. And so on behalf of my family and myself, I want to strengthen my girls. I want to strengthen all of the women of Labour and all of the Labourites in one way or other with Corinthia. Because truly, a piece of our heart just burst. And so to the Kingsville, Newtown, the Fatima community. Let us just be strengthened and just say, what God takes away all his good angels, because you need to have a little bit of music in heaven, and you need to have a little bit of joy and laughter and full of energy. So again, to my Labour sisters, I know we are all crying and we are all grieving. We will strengthen each other, and we shall continue to honor her legacy and her memory. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you for your contribution here this morning.
Ooh, yeah. Let your peace cover us right now. Oh, we need you, Lord. Peace of God, cover me, cover me, cover me. Peace of God, cover me through the storm, cover me. Sing it with me. Peace of God, cover me, Lord. Oh yeah. Peace of God. Oh, cover me through the storm. Oh Lord, only in you, only in you, I'm safe in you. Only in you I'm secure. Only in you, Lord. Only in you I find peace. So cover me. Cover me. Only in you, Lord. Only in you I am safe today. Oh, only in you I'm secure. Oh Lord, only in you I find peace. So cover me, cover me, cover me when I am hurting. Cover me when I'm not strong. Cover me when I am going through the storm. Cover me when it all seems hopeless. Cover me when my faith is gone. Let the peace that passes all I understand. Cover me when I am hurting. Cover me when I'm not strong. Cover me when I'm going through the storm. Next to me, there's a Savior. He lifts me up on mountains high. When my world falls to pieces, He's always there to dry my eyes. Beyond the tears, I'll be with Jesus, standing near the one I adore. Beyond the tears,
fast forward.
On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, Daryl and Jyoti. Good morning.
Good morning.
Day to you.
Good morning. Good morning, Honorable Paul. Good morning.
Yes.
Good
yes.
morning.
Yes.
Okay, I called to express my condolences to the family, friends, well-wishers, and the Dominica members of the Dominica Labour Party, LWO. The passing of Corinthia has been sad and sudden, and it is one that we're going to miss. Her community as well is going to miss her dedicated service and commitment, and for this we really express our sympathies. I ask for strength. I pray that the family and all of us will have the strength to be able to grieve, but to be strong at the same time. So once again, my deepest condolences on behalf of my constituency and family.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Paul. Thank you for that. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Paul.
Yeah, Daryl. Good morning, and good morning to the listeners again. Boy, I'm still in shock because for me it's personal because Corinthia and I were very, very close friends, very, very close from childhood days. I mean, it's just like Pierre Charles was to me. That was Corinthia. Growing up from Wavinban and Grand Bay, we knew each other during Isidore, and then she was. In my view, she wasn't a member or supporter of whatever Labour Party. She was Labour Party. When you talk of Corinthia, Labour Party, you talk of So Corinthia is somebody who is in the fold of Flossie Joseph, Annette Bates, Irma Lafont, Venus of Blessed Memory, Venus. When these people, these are the women and Corinthia is in that fold. And then I can remember when we were losing every election we lost during the Freedom Party days. We used to have, immediately after, we used to have a post-mortem, and people there sad. And young Corinthia walking in the thing and laughing and dancing, we lose again. And the sadness, just to cheer us up, especially the men, just to cheer us up. And then so we leave, let us put down our boots again. Let us put down our boots and let us fight. Let us go to the community. She always said, let us go into the communities. Let us do this. We will win. Our time will come. And she always encouraged the people in the Labour Party. She was just really Labour Party. She lived and she died Labour Party. And what else can I say? To her husband, who I knew a long time. I mean, as I said last night, I knew these people had been together for very long. He used to be a board member of the cooperative home industries, and I knew him very well, Bengals. And I do not know how he's taking it. I cannot see how he's taking it. But I mean, for me, I'm feeling the same way when Pierre Charles died, because to me, growing up together with her as friend and things so, and a very respectful, very jovial person. Daryl, it's really rough. I mean, it is. Nothing. Since last night, when I get the news early about 6 o'clock last night, I just couldn't work. I just left and went up to the hospital. And I went into the room and see my friend lying on the bed.
Well, Clarence,
I mean, it was just heartbreaking one. I mean, really.
What she said to me, final words to me, it just keeps playing over and over in my head. I don't know. But I know her family, they are listening now. I know that. I know that they're listening, and they have asked me to do something. And I want to do it before we go, because, she was that jovial person, and she would want, and the family has requested that this be played for her to have one more. Okay? So we're going to leave you with that. The family will understand. People close to her will understand. She enjoyed this, and they want us to remember her as this jovial
person,
and
she used to be
upbeat
jovial,
person, and doing what she liked. Okay? So we're going to play this one. We'll be back tomorrow on the Heng. But for Corinthia, please have one more dance with us.
Gentil fille, non c'est Anita, depuis mon connaître les pas j'aime travail. Et quand il arrivait, toute la journée, en la fin soirée, personne parlait l'argent coin. Oh non. Oh la gare pour l'argent comme ça. Troisième matin, Anita j'ai levé. Il commandait tout le monde une cigarette. Et toujours faim, et toujours mal. Mais à la fin, si même personne parlait l'argent quand il dit moi. Montez que les sabots là.